What's up, basketball fans? Welcome to the Raz Report. It's time to talk about the Toronto Raptors because soon after waiving Ron Harper Jr., the Raptors were quick to fill that two-way contract and they did make a signing. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about this player. I'm going to talk a little bit about his offensive game, the defensive aspect of his game, as well as what this signing could mean for the Toronto Raptors. So if you're ready to watch this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you wish to hit the subscribe button as well, that'd be very much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel, and the shout out for today's video goes out to Darshan Seva. So Darshan, thank you so much for supporting this channel through your likes and comments. It is very much appreciated. And a huge shout out to Adrian Wojnarowski, who did announce that free agent forward/center Jontay Porter is signing a two-way contract with the Toronto Raptors. Andy Schiffman and Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports tell ESPN, Porter, who spent a season with the Memphis Grizzlies, has been playing with Detroit's G League franchise. Now, who is this player? Let's kind of give you a little bit of a background just to kind of give you an idea of what his game looks like. So taking a look at his G League stats here, as you notice, he's played 2 seasons in the G League. Last season, he averaged 13.5 points in about 26.8 minutes played. His field goal percentage wasn't impressive given that he's a forward, but the one thing that really stands out is his 3-point attempts per game, which is 6 attempts per game is quite a bit for a center, but also that makes him more impressive that he's shooting 41% from the 3-point line, which could be a huge asset to the Raptors, who we know don't have a floor spacer at the center position. So this could be very interesting, but even in terms of his rebounds as well, right? 8.4 rebounds. He's averaged 1.5 blocks last season, but this season it looks like he's taken a step forward. In 33.5 minutes, he's averaged nearly 17 points per game. His field goal percentage 45.6, which I don't think is ever going to be great. And his three-point shot is actually taking a little bit of a dip. He's averaging 6.6 attempts from the three-point line, but shooting only 27.3%. And also his free throw percentage has gone down a little bit as well. But the positives here, let's focus on the positives. 10.7 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists, and nearly 3 blocks a game. How impressive is that for Jontay Porter, who, by the way, is Michael Porter Jr.'s younger brother? And no, that does not mean that the Raptors are trying to acquire Michael Porter Jr., but quite an interesting player. Now, he's listed at 6'10", weighs around 240 pounds. He is 24 years old. He was an undrafted player in 2019, and there are some concerns about him. His knee issue in particular, he was dealing with some knee injuries. He was being interviewed about that. And we know Michael Porter Jr. also had injury issues as well. Now, when you watch some of his highlights, you will notice that he is not the best athlete. Jontay here plays a little bit slow-footed. I mean, he's not your prototypical type of player, if you want to call it, that the Raptors normally target, right? You'll always see them target these defensive first players that can't really shoot but are very mobile and can switch. That is not Jontay. He's actually a really talented offensive player in terms of floor spacing as well, and he's also a really good rim protector as well. Now, in terms of his offense, just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what he does on the offensive side, he's a really good three-point shooter. I know the numbers may not necessarily indicate it, shooting only 27% from the three-point line, but in terms of his offensive game, he's a back-to-the-basket type of center. But another aspect of his game that he won't get enough credit for is he's a spectacular passer for a center, which is awesome to see. In today's NBA, obviously, he's not going to be a Nikola Jokic or even Domantas Sabonis, but he is able to pass fairly well, and he plays unselfishly, which the Raptors obviously are kind of branding into with a new head coach and a new system this season as well. So again, there are a few aspects of his game which really stand out, and it gives the Raptors opportunities. Like you look at Jakob Poeltl, he doesn't space the floor, and sometimes that creates issues for guys like Pascal and Scotty Barnes as well, who aren't great three-point shooters. And yes, I'm well aware before you say it, Scotty Barnes has been shooting amazing from the three-point line this season as well, but it just gives him a floor spacer at the center position. That could be very interesting, despite the fact that it is a two-way contract. I think it could be some potential there to possibly try different lineups. I'm not saying he's going to get heavy minutes or he's going to be playing on a regular, but could be interesting. Now, in terms of his defense, I do want to say, as I mentioned earlier, he's not a great athlete. He's not going to wow you with his amazing athletic ability and just jump out of the gym, right? So, but he is a very smart defender. Like when you do watch some of his highlights, you'll notice even when defenders do get past him, he's able to block shots as well. And he is left-handed. If you want to take that for what it is, it makes it a little bit harder on the offensive side to block left-handed players as well. And it's just kind of seems like it gives you a little bit of an advantage, right? Being a left-handed when you're blocking shots as well. He's a tremendous shot blocker. And look, I'm not going to say he's going to be defensive player of the year, but he definitely does a great job of protecting the rim. So again, a very interesting player. And I do want to talk about what could this mean for the Toronto Raptors? As I stated, this kind of gives them a center that spaces the floor. And we know for a team that, has had injury issues to Christian Koloko and Jakob Poeltl, we know does not shoot outside the paint as well. So this gives them another option to kind of try with different lineups. I know people are going to say you can have Precious and Chris Boucher at the center position. I just don't see Precious as a center, and obviously Chris Boucher isn't either. So again, this kind of gives you a little bit more of a physical body as well to put in there as, the Raptors could definitely use a backup center. And Christian Koloko, this makes me really wonder if, the Raptors are signing a power forward and center. Does this mean that Christian Koloko is going to be out that much longer, right? Could this be an indication that Christian Koloko isn't going to play maybe even before the trade deadline? So again, take that as you will. This doesn't necessarily indicate anything, but it just gets you thinking as fans and, possibility of what's going on with Christian Koloko. Also just gives you a backup for Jakob Poeltl, touch wood, in cases of injuries, right? So a very interesting signing. I know fans aren't going to be super excited about this, but it's a very under the radar signing, right? I'm not saying it's a steal. I'm not saying it's, a groundbreaking signing for the Toronto Raptors, but this could be very interesting. Let's see where it leads. But personally, I like the signing. I think it gives the Raptors some options. You definitely need a rebounding center. You also need a floor spacer as well. And look, he can pass the ball and he's a shot blocker, right? So those are some of the qualities you look for in a center. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely think he should get some minutes with the Raptors just to kind of experiment and see how it goes. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this? Do you like this signing or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, I do have a trivia question for you today. And the trivia question is, where do the Raptors rank in standings for the entire league? Is it A, 24th? Is it B, 21st? Is it C, 20th? Or is it D, 22nd? So whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. So that will be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still watching, don't forget to hit the like button. If you wish to hit the subscribe button, that would be very, very much appreciated as well. So thank you once again for watching, and I hope you guys have yourself a great day.